Go, 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 go. Graham.
Thank you, thank you. Praise God, man. That was a phenomenal performance, man. Yo, that's the way to open the show up, for real. For real. Yeah. My name is Tochukwu Anyachankea. I go by TC, the model, actor, and poet. I have a published book, Deeper Than Rhymes, Art, Love, and Poetry. So I'm going to share some of my poetry pieces with y'all. Is that cool? That's cool. Awesome. Thank you. There's a lot of bodybuilders, but none built like me. Cause my muscles come from holding up my family tree. I'm the chosen seed, so deep rooted I bleed, that they may feed off my branches and eat. I never get weak, the rain makes me stronger. Though lately, it's been raining harder and harder. I work harder and harder, legs planted to the ground, immovable. Although the world goes round, I make no sound. You hear the pounding of my heart, the African beat of which I am a part. A work of art, heaven born, God made. From the spirit world to earth, I was named God's praise. The devil can't phase, only hate the part I will play. In these last days, on my fate I will wait. But make no mistake, things are not what they seem. All these gangsters and thugs are really alcoholics and fiends. Fiending for that green and money and weed. Their vision so impaired, they can't see to succeed. Fake rap stars mislead the youth from the truth. If you put your mind to use, there's nothing you can't do. Stop the drug abuse and young females refuse the game that players spit and the injured will lose. Stop the drug abuse and young females refuse the game that fake men spit and the injured will lose. I said stop the drug abuse and young females refuse the game that fake men spit and the injured will lose. Thank you. So I'm going to just go through a lot of short poems and fill up my time till they tell me, my time's up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Have all day.
That's my mom.
Have all day.
If people could see things the way I see things, maybe then they would understand my contrite feelings and see for a broken soul there is no healing. I've looked for shelter and there is no ceiling to cover me from the rain. Every day I feel the pain. The storm singles me out and it's driving me insane. Who am I to blame? My father who wasn't there. The God I cried to who didn't seem to care. My life that isn't fair. Or the tragedy I see clear. Being denied of true love as I see it, it isn't there. And I don't know where to begin my soul searching for love. Lust is everywhere. Sex has become flirting. And it's hurting my yearning for something more real. In a fake world with a fake God, why should I kneel and pray for a better day when I haven't felt the sun ray? Only a cloud over me that'll die out with me someday. TC, stand up and be the man you know you are. God didn't bring you up to bring you down this far. You are a shining star, a guiding light to all your peers, though sometimes it seems and feels like nobody cares. Everybody stares at you because you're different. Don't be afraid. Fear is not real. It is what isn't. In other words, an illusion to seduce you to confusion, tempting you to lose your mind all this time you've been refusing. Doing so reducing your enemies to a footstool. Life is not what you put yourself in. It's what you put through. Fake people I see through and don't speak to. My eyes are lethal. Like a lion, I'll eat you. Defeat you and beat you like a drum. Don't forget that the darkest place on earth is where I'm from. So here I come. I've been praying for so long, like a crouching tiger, waiting to get his food on. His hard palm, knowing after night comes dawn. Don't let it be too late for y'all when the light turns on. This next piece is called Conversation with God. Lord, I struggle in this world day by day. I try to do what's right, but sometimes go astray. So I pray, dear Lord, pave my way and destroy all the obstacles. Help me change today. My son, work hard and you will reap what you sow. It's easy to quit, but to succeed, you have to set goals. Yes, Lord. Everyone knows what they have to do, so why don't they do it? It's easy to talk about it, but another thing to go through it. Lord, in the world we live in, there's so many distractions, sinful indulgences, and we see them as attractions. My son, look to me for guidance. My son, in life, one must face many temptations. Look to me for guidance, and I will keep you from Satan. I know that I shouldn't, but I feel left out. I'm surrounded by sin. How can I live without? You must trust and obey. Follow me, I will not lead you astray. You must have faith. Good things come to those who wait. The lost ones will try to come to me when it is too late. Keep your mind and your heart on the things of above. Seek, you shall find fulfillment in my love. Yes, Lord, I believe in your words without a doubt. If I try to make it without you, I'll be following the wrong route. I'll keep in mind where I come from, because that's where I'm going. I'll follow the path that your light has shown, knowing that it leads to much better things. A joy, peace, and happiness that passes all understanding.
You're probably tired, right?
Amen.
No.
Oh, you good? Oh, good.
I'm going to talk about love and what it means to me. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is deeper than the mind. Love is sublime. There is no line. Love is what the heart defines. Unconditional, tried and true. Love is not selfish. It's not about you. Love is everything you do as a secret admirer. Love is more than words. My action inspires. Love is so transparent, there's no point concealing it. Love is the naked truth, and I love revealing it. But love is pure and never self-seeking. Love endures and is evil defeating. Strong, yet so weakening. Vulnerable, but victorious. Love is all that matters in the end, shining glorious. You see, love is more than a four-letter word written on paper. Nothing tangible can capture. It turns solids to vapor. The hardest hearts melt when senses have felt the overwhelming potency of the sweetest scent smell. Like music to your ears, calming all your fears, wiping all your tears when you think no one cares. Providence hears all your deep desires. Love is eternal. It never expires. And it can't be ignored. Even if you pretend to be happy without it, misery won't end. And the urge won't bend until you finally find it and keep it in your life. Because that's what's behind it. Everlasting joy between a girl and a boy. Innocent and dangerous, but worth every risk to enjoy. Love. This is a short story, and I'm gonna keep it as clean as I can because I see kids out here. But,
Yeah, keep it clean, keep it clean, keep it clean.
she was ripe for some pipe, and he was ready to give it. But the consequences thereof may be hard to live with. Vivid pictures of love, fantasies becoming real. You see, they waited long enough to express how they feel. So he kneeled and proposed, and she said yes. Despite the size of the ring, they had sex that night. But the sex wasn't that good. You see, the pleasure didn't last. Before she knew it, he was done, getting some in a flash. Too fast for her liking, so she began enticing. Other men who seemed striking, readily inviting, piping her down behind her man's back. And when he found out, he wasn't sure how to react. Because he had other women on the side who let him slide. But he stopped after proposing so they wouldn't collide. Though he really loved her, he wanted to get it over quick. Because he was her first, and the awkwardness made him sick. So he quit giving it to her and called up other floozies. And she began to wonder, why isn't he doing his duty? Little did he know, she had become a pro on ways to get low, making men exclaim, whoa. But he never noticed and started losing attraction, because the way she was acting wasn't what he wanted way back when they first met. So they split and adopted hit her with Muse. You're pregnant. And she was hesitant in doing what she had to. Not knowing who could be the father, she didn't bother letting anybody know she went offshore and lived on a harbor, raising the child alone as men would come and go, until her man tracked her down. Years later he would show proof that the boy was his, and together they did live on an island full of pleasure many would give. All these pieces are in my book, Deeper Than Rhymes, Art, Love, and Poetry. Check it out. Definitely support local talent. I appreciate the love. I got a few more pieces until they tell me my time's up. So I'm going to just keep it going. This one is called Every Line. It's funny watching these little ones going through life's ups and downs. Petty things put them in strife. And you let them do wrong, yet knowing what's right. Stepping back because they have to gain their own insight. I learned on my own how to stand tall and be a man with an M16 filled with rounds strapped in my hands. I'm a natural born leader, saved at 7, a believer. Built for war, fight for peace, speak the truth, no deceiver. I am the teacher, so listen though the truth hurts. Get off your ass, there's no substitute for hard work. Why brag about the earth when you don't own it? The world belongs to God and will be given to those with nothing, making something of themselves, reaching high. Do not settle for less despite the stress, don't get high. Be ready to die, but do something with your lifetime. For you fools with fake jewels, this is the real gold mine. Life is no sunshine, you don't see it because you're still blind. Take every opportunity because time won't rewind. Step ahead, not behind. Follow my lead and you'll be fine. Not to preach, but I plan to reach the youth with my rhymes, every line. Thank you. And this next piece is called Red, White, and Blue. And, I'm going to dedicate it to Troy Davis, rest in peace. In the red, white, and blue, race strife is true. Crips and Bloods should aim their guns at who stands between the two. But they don't. So the puppeteer keeps pulling strings, taking advantage of savage, animalistic human beings. Our queens are seen as objects of physical pleasure, so obscene they're rarely objects, sexual endeavors. Clever crooks go to clubs, mixing drinks with poison, looking for a train to get their boys in. Pour champagne on a chick, make it rain in that. Party hard, never quit, especially when you're stuck in. Forget all your troubles, ignorance is bliss. Death is in the air, breathe and give it a kiss. The executioner won't miss. He's waiting outside with all his boys in blue, hoping to collide. You see, mass genocide is a covert operation. Blacks were meant to die in every single nation. And any retaliation will be taken down by COINTELPRO. Government agents don't want the chosen ones to grow. So they sow seeds of destruction to keep them lost in seduction, trapped in a ghetto with a death hold that won't let go. But my people are too resilient, real and raw. Black power shakes this world and breaks every law. If you saw the future, you believe in it too, because the world revolves around the red, white, and blue. Obama became president before taking the oath by personifying perseverance and embodying our hope. Off-note remarks can never kill the mood. History was made, despite what they say on Fox News. A cool dude never loses his composure. Even in cold climate, he's prepared for what's colder. Thank God the race is over, and a dream came to life. We have a black president amidst the racial strife. We will fight for a bright future in these dark times. Come together as one nation, growing more colorblind. To define freedom for all people of all creeds. With love, we can do all things for peace. And cease the nonsense of an idiotic past. We are finally closer to claiming free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty I'm free at last. Rest in peace, Troy Davis. I got a few more poems. How much time do I have? All right. God of all gods, ancient of days, the great I am, perfect always. Love incarnate, I see it in your face when I look in the mirror of the entire human race. Shades of affection, bright in all directions, all powerful and omnipotent. There's nothing else as potent as your word for the power of prayer. So I bow in your presence, most holy creator, worthy of all praise even in these end of days. Blessed are those you raise to never go astray. The only way, truth, and awesome life. We are saved by the grace of your Son's sacrifice. My delight is in you and your almighty spirit, the unfathomable voice of God. In my heart, I hear it. And cherish the mercy shown, that I may forgive my enemies constantly, so in peace we can live. Let me end with this. This piece is dedicated to the love of my life. My mama. My mama, you're right. And she's right there. And you know, I don't want to break down when I'm saying this, so I'm trying to hold it together with so yeah, I never performed this for you, Mom. This is for you.
Come on, TC.
You are my life, because I wouldn't be alive without you. The God I see in you is nothing but true. To doubt you would be the ultimate ignorance. My greatest inspiration is your strength. And love so deep, it makes me weep. How you wouldn't sleep when we had nothing to eat. Working the night shift, a mother so righteous. I'm eternally thankful and forever grateful. A plate full of your food fills my innermost being. All my father provided was abuse in his semen. Not seeing the beauty you are, my brightest star. You gave me everything I need to succeed and get far. Every scar bled and tear shed was worth it. No matter how bad things were growing up, you made it perfect. I have a sacred bond with my mom that can never be broken. For you, I pour my heart open in this token. Thank you.
Stephen Hart, you're up next. Stephen Hart.
Hey, that was awesome, bro. That was good. Yeah, nice one, nice one.